Hey folks, here I am with another 67. This time it's featuring Umbral Blades. This will be just a quick post-commentary thrown over the run, because I can't commentate and play 67s live. I'm gonna be real, it's too hard. So I guess this will have to do it for now. Anyway, it's Centenary Circle from Dual Palm and Reaper Knives on a hammer. I love the Reaper Knives here. You wish it was Trick Knives, but Reaper is not bad. Centenary Circle, I mean, that's clearly not what you want. Like, it's basically useless. I don't know what possessed me to play this run out. I think it's the fact that I had blown so many runs that had started so much more optimally than this one did. Then I just wanted to play another that I said, you know, whatever, let's go for it. How bad could it possibly be? So you see the specials getting a lot of mileage here and in a lot of rooms. It's a great tool to play with from range, and the passive on Mel Blades means it actually does pretty okay amount of damage. It's most important as a tool for hit stunning enemies that are coming towards you, like whalers or whatever those big guys are that charge towards you and slash and Erebus, just to name a couple. But I think 67s especially, it's a very big deal where you throw this special. And I'm always looking to get maximum value from it and hitting rows of enemies, as well as making sure I stay safe by using the hit stun properties from range. Now where it doesn't matter is with the yellow heart whalers that I just got stuck with in this room, and I stupidly did not go and pick up that remnant, so I had to deal with it twice. And there was my stupid, but I guess clever solution for dealing with that whaler without losing the run on the spot. I'm liking our god pool so far though. Big fan of this. You hit Hestia, you get Scorch on the special, you get Storm Ring from Zeus, and we have Hera here. I would rather have those in a much different order. Probably Smoldering on probably Hera on my special, and then probably Scorcher Blitz. Well, really, they could go on Zeus or Hestia could go on either attack or cast interchangeably, and both are okay. But this is not the most amazing thing. I mean, it does damage, a decent amount of damage, but none of the boons are quite where I want them to be. I would love to keep the sprint option open in case I run into Frigid Rush or I run into Blinding Rush later. That is the biggest issue so far. Because otherwise, Storm Ring plus Scorch on the special is real good single target damage. And I would much rather actually have Nexus Rush than Sworn Flourish. Or I mean than Sworn Strike on this weapon. Because trying to apply Hitch with just the Blades attack is very painful. You will not hitch very many enemies in the room while staying safe, I will tell you that. Cruising through rooms here. This is all pretty straightforward combat, hitting people with specials, staying safe, leaving specials in between animations. And Scorch plus our Storm Ring. Yeah. The whalers with orbs are not a problem. In fact, nothing should really be much of a problem from the Erebus mobs anymore, as long as I play safe and don't, you know, sit on top of spawns and get clipped by Chronos or do some silly stuff like that. And Nexus Rush too, I love this for destroying early mobs. Returning some serious value here, as you can just hold your sprint key down, dash around, get some great value, proc hitch on everything. If you've dropped their wards with a special first, which you can dash straight out of, then that's even better, because then there's a lot of base damage on the Nexus Rush. So our timer is a little rough But, you know, I see Family Dispute, I go for Family Dispute. You want freaking boons on 67. You need boons. Hera's Trial is easier than Zeus's. Plus, it let me hit Static Shock, so that's great. I'm no longer concerned at all about room clear for the remainder of this run. We have a lot of positives happening in this build, and the single target damage is good but not fantastic right now, so I'm hoping we just hit like a double strike from Zeus later in order to patch that up. We have Hereditary Bane as well from Hera, so now we just invalidated Sirens as a fight completely, except for the fact that we currently have no mobility, and with 6 HP plus 39 armor, you know, even with a perfect Hecate, we're not going to have an amazing health pool to work with later in this run. But, I mean, the single target damage on Hecate speaks for itself here. You will usually have to deal with 2 to 3 sequences of her running at you and trying to slash you. But the fact I only had like half of a phase is really good. I mean, she just... that's one sequence and she gets popped instantly. I use diagonally up left and down right as my like basic pattern to dodge the sheepfall in this phase, because I'm sure you noticed it makes dodging orbs super easy, and if she gave us the lasers, that also makes those easy. One thing of note here with the clones too, if you see 2 clones clumped on top of each other, the third is almost always the lone one in this case. So I saw those 2, found the lone one on the bottom right. It is usually on the same side of the map as they are, just way split. And I'm liking what we got here. There are just a few things that I need to hit. We got Fairy Voucher, we got Breath of Eros. That's good stuff. You'll have to see it all. I wish I had a strike that did more than Ice Strike. But, I mean, it keeps the mobs really safe. I can't complain about that. One thing that's annoying, though, is it will slow down animations, so you have to be ready for that with certain bosses. That's especially a problem for Chronos. And it can sometimes be a problem if it drops right in the middle of a Cerb fight. But it's actually, I think, overall a big help for the Cerb fight if you know the timings. Anyway, not too terribly worried about Oceanus. I'm really, in fact, quite excited to play Oceanus right now. I have all the tools I need in order to clear mobs super easily. The 2 things I need now are probably a little more survivability, because the health pool plus only 27 armor is really bad. And I would like some mobility. We have definitely lost out on Blinding Rush at this point. And we don't have any cards to work with, so really it's praying for Nitro Boost or something from Chaos. Take our shop, Hereditary Bane, do more damage to the Sirens. I love to see Zeus here. Double Strike. Considering, is Electric Overload worth it at all? No, it's not. It's generally not great, and I already have great room clear anyway. Big misplay in the Helifish fight. I don't want to lose the breath plus a Golly here. This is really rough. Normally you don't care about losing a Golly, but I mean with the health pool I'm working with here, that sucks. And it turns out I don't have enough health for the Chaos Chamber. I'll lose the Hera to Asphodel.
Perhaps you should return some other time.
So for those who don't know, just find the gate in Asphodel, go ahead and proc it, and then run away from it to make the percentage at the top left drop to 0%, and you save boatloads of time in relation to a regular chamber. The only issue is you obviously don't get the reward. In this case though, basically all I had left to hit from Hera was like Bridal Glow and Dying Wish. I got like 5 boons, so like the chances of Bridal Glow actually hitting something useful are minuscule, and Dying Wish is like whatever, right? Time skip is much nicer. And this room sucks. We're gonna run away, use our special, plus the static shock to trim down all the fish running towards us. Now we'll go and clean up the crabs. Good thing everything dies quickly. That room would have been 5 times harder if my build weren't so great at taking out mobs. And Nitro Boost immediately, you love to see it. Check the location, 22. I don't really want to spark. Take that damage resistance just in case. Probably should have gone for the Zeus in retrospect, but my build was set for Sirens from here and I couldn't hit anything else I wanted. So I didn't really care. Check to make sure I'm not going to screw my build thanks to Veil of Denial. I'm not. It's Shocking Loss or Air Quality. I don't think my chances of hitting Air Quality are good because I'm planning on Hephaestus Keepsake in fields already. So the only way I could really hit it would be with a random air boon in the second fields combat rooms or through the shop. I don't want to take that chance. So we go Shocking Loss here because it's the safe bet. Yeah, the percent chance means it could be useless or really useful, but I think it's got a higher chance of working than Air Quality. Skill fight is really hard. My usual strategy, you've seen a bit of already. You want to kill that tentacle first on the bottom slightly right of the screen. You want to let Scylla clip her hitbox on the tentacle itself so she doesn't hit you. And there's a safe spot between all the drum patterns that you can run down for safety down there and be just fine. So usually Scylla and or Jetty will clump there so you can get good damage on them. And you move down and you clear out the bottom right tentacles. The reason you do this and not the left ones is because it's further away from Charybdis. So basically the normal Charybdis projectiles all just explode on your screen before reaching the bottom right, and the Charybdis feature projectiles will all break apart before reaching this part of the screen. So it gives you way more options for dealing with this. Speaking of Charybdis feature, here one is. This is like ugly. It's definitely the worst feature in the game, and that's some really pinpoint dodging, but that next section is some really awful dodging. Lost like 2 things there. Did not catch the charge out of the corner of my eye. Pay for it with Golly. So, you know, this is not great at this point. I don't have much to play with. I know I got like 2 rotations of big Charybdis stuff to block through. And that's not good. 8 a random projectile there. We're one shot. I'm not doing too hot right now. Straight up not having a good time. There's still 2 tentacles left, so I know I'm gonna have to dodge more big balls of fury from this disgusting tentacle monster. But luckily, most of the board's cleared, so my brain, all I'm thinking right now is just don't get clipped like I just did last time. That works. And now I can't even get hit once here, so this is actually the hardest, most frustrating thing in the world. It's such a case of, it's very understandable if you die here, but if you actually die during this phase, you just feel like an idiot. Because like it's the easiest phase of the fights. It's just when you can only get hit once, it's awful. It's nerve-wracking. Thank God we got through that. This feature is my worst nightmare. Go ahead and take that Adamant Shard. And you do drop Fate Swim. You do lose your Hades Boon for that. I think it's still the optimal way to play. There's just more you lose. There's just more you lose for it this patch, as opposed to when it didn't remove your Hades boon. But I mean, our boon is Cinerary Circle right now, so I don't care. And Heavy Metal does not scale with palm level. Trusty Shield, even though it scales with palm levels, like you're gonna lose it all in one hit anyway, unless it's, you know, like 2 or 3 projectiles. So not a big factor. I don't care about losing Fate Swim. I don't care about losing either of those things. All that's on my mind right now, hitting that shield from Heavy Metal or Trusty. What would be nice here is getting both of them. So we can do that with either Boon, 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 or I think it's Reward, 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 yeah, from Echo. Or we could do that by just getting lucky, because we're going to hit one for sure on the mini-boss, and then you could just hit the next room. You could just hit the next one in, you know, your second combat room. Run, find our Hephaestus. There it is. Which mini-boss is it? Both have issues. Thank you, Nitro Boost. Hitch really makes dealing with all those things simple. From here, it's a dodge fest, right? I mean, you don't... This fight is really weird, like it forces slow play. Just because the animations are like almost clunky, and you get hit by even one, you know it's bad. And I thought I had the damage, I did not. I paid for it with a Gohoi charge. That really sucks. Trusty, level it up because I can't guarantee I'll find another Hephaestus, so I want to make use of it now. Best case scenario here is evade, evade, evade. Even better than reward, reward, reward. We hit both of them, actually. So now, see Hephaestus here in the shop. Found one top left. Alright, let's go. Cool. Super important too. We hit a 2-2 fields. Those like never happen. It's super good. Those things with the vacuums, you want them dealt with super quick, because if the vacuums touch you, they will shred your stacks of evade, 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 and you want to keep those up, obviously, a lot. Increase your chances of actually hitting a dodge when you need one most. Shocking loss. So many dividends already. I swear it's killed like a third of the enemies I've seen on screen. Got the heavy metal there. That's nice. And it killed the Whaler mini-boss there too for free. So I'm Shocking Loss's biggest fan right now. It's paying off and then some, that's for sure. Had I been able to glimpse into the future and see that that success rate Hermes offered me could have been used on Shocking Loss, would I have taken it and then promptly died? Yes, I would have. So thank the lucky stars that I cannot see into the future and instead made the safe and obvious play. More Hermes, don't care about him. I got Nitro Boost. Right now I just want to see like another God Boon or something. Hammer is great too. We're not taking Zeus. Pretty sure we're denialed out. We'll settle for Wicked. We don't want Sweeping. We don't want Dancing Knives. We'll just take a little extra attack that never hurt anyone. Awful pattern. I needed to pull him up a bit further and then dodge down. Lost Nitro Boost and lost a Golly immediately. Another awful pattern. Had to dodge in there. I don't know why I dashed there. So it gets me clipped. Another awful pattern. This is not what you want to see in a Cerb fight. Good news is though, is Echo is literally like bailing me out. Dodge, dodge, 14, dodge. Yeah. Those things are the absolute worst. I would much rather see the slant dancers instead. Alright, we're gonna sit back. So I see all those things on the ground. I don't want to get hit by random like fire breath. Okay. Simple attack to dodge. By simple, I mean there's like only one way to dodge it on 67s, and it's awful. You see those alternating slams? You want to dodge toward the palms if you're stuck in super close range. If you are like hugging Cerb, you can also dodge straight behind him. Cross him up, then the second one, if you keep running, will definitely miss. I'm getting so much Fire Breath this run. Fire Breath is the most awful attack to dodge. But so here, he'll go about 60 degrees to one side. You want to go to one side and then slightly outward to dodge his attack. The first Fire Breath, and then predict where the second one is going, because after he stops breathing, he will charge in the direction he's facing. So you lead where that charge is going to go, so you can beat him there, or arrive in time to be in melee range, so you can dodge the second Fire Breath to the side. Which, normally, you can get semi-consistent with it, but then you get some of the patterns I've been getting in this fight with all the stuff on the ground, it gets way harder. And there, yes, feel free to run into the lava. 4 damage is a whole lot better than like 70. I want this thing to die, get it off my screen at this point. Fire Breath 1. Absolutely flinched there. I thought I had the damage. For once this run I did. Absolute bailout of a Cerberus fight. Everyone say your thanks, pay your echo taxes. And that's why we killed all those vacuum things quickly, because we still have 40% left on the evade. And those dodges all came in right when I needed them most. Take our antler. Nothing good here. Let's move on. At this point, I'm feeling good. The timer is better than I have had it in some other runs. So I'm feeling okay at this point. I lost a few tools in Cerb, lost a lot of the heavy metal. I'm not enthused about that. But this is as good of a look as I'm going to get without hitting the exact same build with Trick Knights but better, or with Blinding Rush. So in Tart, as much as we've been playing around the specials, we're really playing around them now. So we are looking to hold on to all of our Golly charges through Tartarus and abusing the Antlers bonus damage here. Holding on to all those Golly charges is super important for Chronos, and it's a long fight, usually around 4 minutes at best, so you really want to keep all of those charges. The time in between them in the same fight is 30 seconds once you get hit, once you use one, so they will all be used in Chronos if you have them. gigaros dash from Dad is nice. Personally, I would prefer Deep Descent, but you'll see later, it turns out gigaros dash was actually very nice to have. That room? Nah, didn't like that room. Armored gold bags are the worst thing to see. Now we got armored skulls in this room. Yeah, the good news is they don't have bow of fangs on them, and yeah, they're luckily melting from a special or two, so we're not doing too bad. The armored tempi though is, yeah, that and armored gold bags are the two worst things to see. Depending on your build, like the armored thugs can be super abysmal to deal with too. Oh, thanks. You know, I was really happy about those skulls in the other room not having vows on them, but now we have cloud skulls. Guess it's better than speed orb skulls. Whatever. We've lost some unfortunate, just had an unfortunate incident here with Golly Charge. Not what I wanted to do. I ran into the cloud, lost a resist, knew it was rough. And I mean, yeah. It's, you know, it's an accident in any other level, but on 67 it's sloppy. Speaking of sloppy, I let a skull get through there. Was not paying attention. Now I'm down 2 Golly blocks. Not excited about that. So, half success on our plan, and I got hit twice there. The dodges saved me from getting hit twice. So that was not really the most successful Tartarus. And I mean, with, you know, with some of the rooms I got, I'm not surprised I got hit, but I know I could have done better. Well, Chronos is gonna be what it's gonna be. Shocking loss is big on these satyrs. Chronos walks towards you like that while holding that scythe. If you make him walk for a while, he will rapid fire it out when he finally reaches you. That's a timing mix-up you have to pay attention to. Throws all those bubbles up, the attack is almost always a scythe after that, so it's a simple one to be ready for. Sometimes he will do like the 2 vacuum waves. I did not feel like dodging through the satyrs there, otherwise the aggressive move would have been straight into him. Okay, that's a trickier one. I had to dodge into the wall. The last thing you want to do is panic dodge away from the wall and then get hit by the side of the scythe because you're dodging basically into it. I'm gonna play that one super safe. Orbs, awful. Dodge straight to the center of him and then pay attention to when he goes white. I'm way too aggro there, not paying attention. There goes my Golly charge to a random orb. It's just little things like that that will inevitably happen to you that are the reasons why you want to have all your Golly charges for this fight. Thank you, Echo. That's all I gotta say about that one. Don't know how I didn't get hit there, but we'll take it. More orbs. I'm role playing on fire there. I was pretty sure I had the damage. For the second time this run, I actually did. Run up, drop a Storm Ring for phase 2. Good damage already. If your build is tuned for this, there are a lot of things you can do to take advantage of the one-shot phase. But you gotta remember the bubble on top of him and center bubble as well. Pay attention to the timings for those so you don't get clipped by those. So far the pattern is very kind. Yes. We want to see bubbles, we want to see scythe. Those are very easy to dodge in relation to the other stuff you get hit with. Thank you, Echo. And there's that animation slowdown from the freeze that I talked about, like an Erebus. Really comes back to mess with me there. Once again, thank you, Echo. And there's another random orb hitting me. I love how unfortunate this phase is because of that. And going straight into that scythe was a huge mistake because now all my defensive tools are gone. Basically, I play the rest of the fight hitless. Pull him back so I can dodge both the scythe and the circle at the same time. Run up and around to not mess with the clock hands. More orbs. Pay attention to where he's walking if he starts that, but he chooses bubbles instead. Dodge the scythe. Now we're on to phase 3. I'm looking at this timer. I hate it. This is awful. I wish I had like 140 or something to play with. We're going fast, but still pretty safe to play this. Hands is good. See that long wind-up is like the 4 things charged, so you can dodge to the side. Time slow is awful here. I just pray he gives me like an attack rotation that's actually dodgeable. He does. Nice. More bubbles. I like to see those. Don't like to see that. Thank God that was reasonably dodgeable. Thought those would explode sooner. Thank you, Echo. Now this is pretty awful. I don't know. Long wind-up means it's that charge, so you gotta cross him up, go straight behind him. The timer is awful here, by the way. I see 30 seconds with the clone runaway. Now I'm thinking just go for broke, pray the animations are kind to me. If I don't, we guaranteed lose. See the long charge. Pay attention to where he switches to, so I can then run the opposite way. And there we go. Skillful? Sure. Extremely lucky? You betcha. Extremely lucky. Pretty much everything under the sun had to go right that run, outside of hitting trick knives. I mean, the mileage we got from Shocking Loss, especially in fields, in the Chronos fights, you know, if it insta-kills, let's say like 5 less enemies, all of a sudden I'm taking timer damage that fight. We hit the absolute, completely crazy everything. We got evade, evade, evade. We got heavy metal. We got trusty shield. From Double Hephaestus, we got 2-2 fields. If that was a standard 3-2 or 2-3, would have lost from time. Yeah, quite literally everything had to go right this run. But I'm very pleased and very happy with that because that is a run I will not forget. That's for sure. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Later.